Welcome to What is Crypto? I'm Matt and this is Crypto. Today I'm going to be talking to you about an SPX beta play that I think has some serious potential. Now, why am I talking about this now? Well, SPX is just up at all-time highs, and SPX is undoubtedly one of the most exciting meme coins this cycle. So if you want to know a little bit about SPX and some beta plays that I really think have some pretty high potential, then stick around to the end of the video. Also, if you want to join my Discord, there is a link in the description. I got into calls like Quokka at a 47k market cap, which ran over an 11x. So if that sounds appealing, scroll down, click the link, and I'll see you there. Cheers, legends. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first up, what is SPX? So SPX, in essence, is a meme coin based around a movement to flip the stock markets. Now, the whole narrative surrounds being born into a world where we are disadvantaged. We are, in essence, at the mercy of people who got in significantly before us. So people that bought houses years and years ago when you could buy houses for thousands of dollars. Now they are hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Now, the goal of SPX is to flip the stock market. However, it has already ran an enormous amount. Also, it's at a key level now. Really, SPX is going to figure out if it's going to flip this level, turn it into support, and then go into price discovery mode. If it does this, I think this could be one of the catalysts that really kicks off the bull run. However, as it is at resistance and it is a 1.5 billion market cap, I do struggle on entering SPX today. I love the narrative. I think it's super unique, and I love their general mission. I think a lot of people in crypto do feel like they are here because it is hard to get ahead. Everything is expensive. Money is getting devalued. Money is getting debased. And that is really why I'm looking for a beta play that aligns with that narrative as well. If you look at the contract, SPX's contract is pretty clean, has a trading cooldown, although that is totally fine, and they have 41,000 holders, which is a really healthy amount of holders. But the video is not about SPX. This video is about a beta play. A lot of us feel like we are born into a world where we have already missed out, and we have already missed out on tokens that have already ripped up to billions in market cap. So I'm looking for a coin in a similar narrative that I think has a huge amount of potential. Something to get into before it absolutely rips up. Now, what do I think could be a beta play to SPX? Well, for me, DXY6900 or US Degen Index 6900 is that pick. So why do I like DXY? Well, the goal of DXY is to flip the dollar. So in essence, what DXY is doing is seeking to flip the dollar, which will happen at a 1 billion market cap. When their market cap, which is currently less than 500,000, so it's currently 447,000, when that market cap gets up to 1 billion, their token price will be $1. And at that point, each DXY token will be more valuable than a US dollar. And at that point, they will have flipped the dollar. So the initial goal is to flip the dollar, and from there, they can go and flip it 69 times. So I think the narrative is really cool. The narrative ties in well with monetary debasement. The narrative ties in well with people being disadvantaged. And the narrative ties in super well as we are degens in crypto, and it is the US Degen Index. The ticker is also DXY. Now, why does that sound familiar? Well, the DXY is the US dollar index, or the DXY. So I love the fact that their ticker is also the US dollar index's ticker, but this is the US Degen Index, and their goal is to onboard 1 million degens onto the Ethereum blockchain and flip that dollar. Now, if you look at their Twitter, another reason that I do like it is they have been grinding for a long period of time. So the concept is there. It was launched and the dev rugged, the dev left, a tale as common as time. So it pumped up to around 10 million, and then from there, the dev left, and it rugged all the way down to its low point at around 160,000. From there, however, a group of people got together and thought, this concept is too good to leave. This is a concept that a lot of people can get behind. The narrative makes sense. Let's take this over. So a community takeover was formed sometime around this period, and then it consolidated from, say, 200 up to 500k before breaking out. Now, it broke out over that December period, and then the market started to bleed. So over the market bleed time, DXY did suffer. However, if you look at their Twitter, they did not stop working. You can see that they have been putting in work. They have been putting in work constantly. They are active. They make posts almost every single day, and all of their content is about flipping the dollar, monetary debasement, And onboarding degens. They support SPX and they are a beta to it and recognize how beautiful SPX is. So big shout outs to SPX. Also big shout outs to Murad, who is the person who's probably most publicly gone about supporting a meme coin supercycle thesis. So his whole narrative is around believing. It's around buying set tokens, believing in them and holding them for the long term. It's not about quick trades. It is about having a narrative that makes sense and trying to get as many people to share that goal as humanly possible. So yeah, if you want to have a look at DXY, they are super active. They have really cool content. I won't play all of it right now, but yeah, they're making some pretty cool stuff. Also, their Telegram is active, and I've personally been talking to the team and have been talking to the team now for over 6 months. I've had multiple calls with them, multiple VCs, and they are really good dudes. They have a vision in mind and they are sticking to that. Also, the price at the moment is a steal. It is under $500,000. It's under 500K. Now, why do I think it's a good entry? Well, the narrative makes an enormous amount of sense. And as we talked about, SPX is just teasing all-time highs. So if SPX cooks, people are going to look for a narrative that is a beta play to SPX. And for me, DXY is definitely one of the most appealing options. Now, obviously I am a DXY holder, so I am bullish, but I think a lot of the other stock to meme plays are copy and pastes. They are flipping different exchanges, whereas this is flipping currency, this is flipping the dollar, and this is onboarding degens to Ethereum. So this is onboarding a group of degenerates, a degenerate army to really share their goal of flipping that dollar. I also think the entry here is good. It wasn't too long ago that we ripped up to 650K, did get sold off a little bit, but it is starting to bounce back. So yeah, this is something that I think has a huge amount of upside. And although the volume is quite low that it is being traded at, people aren't selling. The top holders aren't selling. They aren't changing. They know the narrative makes sense. It just needs eyes in the right circles. So for me, DXY, attractive pick, and I'm super damn excited to see what the team comes up with in the future. All right, that's going to wrap it up for me today, legends. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you want to join my Discord, there is a link in the description. I've been calling some absolute bangers there, and it's full of over 300 great people. Cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.